Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry K.
I'm Todd Pleasant.
I'm Derryl DePriest.
And I'm Brian Nix.
Hey, everybody's here. And as promised, we're talking conventions. We are covering a good number of conventions.
A lot of ground to cover here.
A lot of ground. In the past week, the five of us have collectively gone to 4 conventions, which is pretty good considering 3 of us went to 1. And but we're going to dig into that. It is convention season. It really is always convention season, but you should go to one. There's Monster Mania and Chiller, and
there's conventions everywhere, it feels like right now.
Dragon Con, there's Trek, all kinds of stuff. There's Battlestar Galactica. There's a Logan's Run convention. No,
what?
There isn't.
What?
But
not yet.
There should
RunCon. Wait a minute.
RunCon 2025.
Brian and I were talking about that. It's the
50 next year.
50th anniversary. We should start a RunCon convention.
Totally should.
With the Running Man, maybe you just put.
I know. I was just thinking that. It's like, what other run? Midnight Run.
Midnight Run. Charles Grodin's dead, and De Niro's not coming.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
what's he got?
We go with every other run-related film that we can do.
Yeah, every run.
Chicken Run.
Run silent, run deep, everything. It's like it's
silent running. There you go.
Running.
I even had the clapper. I worked on a movie called Run with
there you go.
Run Lola Run.
It was in Boston.
Yeah,
the guy who played the guy who's in. No, that's not the one. Never mind. Who's the guy in your favorite movie, Barry? 27 Dresses.
Oh, James Marsden?
Oh, it's a different movie then.
Okay.
It's that Patrick Dempsey. That's something.
He's not in that movie.
He's in another one of those type of movies where he's like a bridesmaid or something.
Is he? I know he's in the Paperboy movie.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but Run Convention coming up.
Yes.
If everyone can send $50 to P.O. Box 1.
We'll pre-reserve your VIP golden ticket. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get to be in the ice cave with Jenny Algooder for the platinum package.
That's it.
And you get to take home the actual box because it was literally made out of a box.
Some dryer hoses required for arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So we'll cover that stuff, but let's go some random. Todd, what do you got?
Okay. So this is something I had never imagined recommending on the show, but I'm going to do this anyways.
27 Dresses?
It's definitely not 27 Dresses. Last week, my friend Brian and I went to see Naked Gun. Oof. And it was hilarious.
Really?
Wow. So you guys will not watch it before it's streaming, I'm certain. But I'm telling you, so Brian and I we've been friends since like before high school. We went to see all the Zucker brother films together, and so it was like, you know what? Let's go see this. How bad could it be? I have not been in a theater with people laughing out loud in a long, long time. And it is really funny. And part of it is like they play into the old jokes, but they also worked in new ones. There's a lot of, they hit all these different tropes. There's like 3 Mission Impossible send-ups, which were really, really good. Including the mask ripoff that you see in the commercial. Okay, obviously not the same person until the mask comes off. They do the mousetrap thing within a mousetrap thing. It's really funny. But this is like one of my favorite exchanges. Okay. So he goes into this bar and he's trying to get information from this bartender. And the bartender says, "I'm not going to tell you anything. You shot my brother." Drebin says, "It could be any of 1,000 people." Bartender, "He was unarmed. You shot him in the back while he was running away." "Okay, hundreds. He was white." "Oh, so you're Tony's brother." It's just like it was stuff like this. It was just nonstop. And like I said, I don't think I've been in a theater for years where, like I said, the entire theater was laughing at things to the point where, like I said, you almost didn't catch the next joke. And so 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. When you have the opportunity, I definitely suggest checking it out. So it is
Interesting.
surprisingly good.
And were you a fan of the originals, Todd? Did we
I
talk
did
about
like
that?
at least the first, it got played out towards the end. But there's, there's connections to the original. I gotta say, I would not have imagined Liam Neeson could be funny, and he's hilarious. And it works the same way. And Leslie Nielsen was a straight guy,
Deadpan.
and it works in exactly the same way. And Pamela Anderson is great in this. It's good.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's not a big budget film. But like I said, it's done reasonably well, and like I said, I was very, very surprised.
Okay, so who are you, and what have you done with my friend Todd?
I'm telling
None
you,
of this makes any sense.
Remember, I'm the guy that loves Top Secret, so
He
that's
does
true.
love Top Secret. Todd
so
does have a
this is-
genuine affinity for this stuff.
I love the farces and this, but this, like I said,
And who doesn't love Airplane?
they nail, the detective, all the detective tropes, and then like I said, the Mission Impossible things and stuff like that, and it's pretty funny. It's definitely really funny. So,
All right. Interesting.
who's up?
Barry, what do you got?
So Matt Smith has apparently been cast as the villain in Starfighter, the new upcoming Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling. And I don't think it's officially announced, but everybody keeps saying Mia Goth is in it as well. So, excuse me.
I don't know who that is.
She's a up and coming popular actress.
Sydney
Interesting
Sweeney?
thing was
is it
Matt
Sydney
Smith-
Sweeney?
No, it's not Sydney Sweeney.
Is it that, who just got on my radar? Andy McDowell's daughter. Her name just dropped right out of my head. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I didn't even know she had a daughter.
Commandeering your...
That's okay.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say what's interesting is
Barry,
that Matt...
everyone has a daughter, okay, and a son. That's all of Hollywood right now. That's
Margaret Qualley. That's the
Oh,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
okay. I
that's
had no
Andy
idea
McDowell's
she was
Yeah.
Andy
I did not
McDowell's
either.
daughter.
Oh, I did not know that.
I thought she was English the way she looks.
Yeah, me
But-
too.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So, yeah, I mean, it's very anticlimactic now that you've hijacked like twice. But Matt Smith was supposed to be the villain in the Solo movie. And no, I'm sorry, not Solo, in Rise of Skywalker. And when they had to rewrite it, they ended up writing him out of it and recast it as Palpatine. But he was originally cast in that movie. So I don't know if they just thought, hey, let's do a make good for him, or if it was that he's the perfect person for this role. But I did think it was interesting that he's kind of come back around now and gotten a second chance to be in a Star Wars movie. So
He's good at being a bad guy. I mean,
yeah, I love Matt Smith. He's always great. I mean, no
he was
questions there.
epic in Morbius.
I'll take your word for that.
I saw it and I don't remember that at all, but he's a good bad guy in Game of Thrones or whatever that show is, House of the Dragon.
Yeah, no, he's always good. So that movie doesn't come out until May 2027, but at least we know they're making progress with casting announcements.
There you go. Brian.
Okay, while at a convention, I'm going to cover this now. As it's specifically for you guys, EXO6 did a presentation with the Trexperts and showed head sculpts for Negative Universe Uhura, TOS Negative Universe Uhura,
Or Mirror Universe.
Mirror Universe Uhura. But
Negative Universe is Lost in Space, I think.
Oh, that's okay. Negative, no, yeah, Mirror Universe Uhura. They may come with both costumes. I'm not sure, but they showed the negative one, and a TOS Nurse Chapel.
We had heard that, didn't we? Hear that?
We saw those online. That's
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I did see the pictures. They look great.
Yeah, they really do.
Well, good. That's a good sign. I mean, Todd was saying
just
yesterday.
like that to release that Uhura before the regular TOS Uhura.
It would be just like them.
Yeah, like why would? Yeah, it makes no sense.
Oh, but if you think about it, they've already done They've done Sulu, they've done Spock, and they've done.
And they've teased Kirk. They've shown
teased Kirk, right? So,
didn't I just see Cage Spock too? Did he just hit the streets?
Yes,
well, he's out. He's out.
He's out. He's
Cage
out.
Pike
Yeah.
is coming up for pre-order.
Cage Spock is selling for tons of money right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Anyway,
Cool.
that's what I got. How about you, Derryl? Did you find a random?
Did I find a random?
Did you find a random?
the random thing that keeps going through my mind is I really want one of the new tricorders that you guys have been getting, and I did email, I did put myself on a contact list from the wand company. Said I'm interested in this, in the tricorder, but I haven't heard anything more.
I haven't gotten another notice.
I have not either, and I never told them I was done. But
okay,
yeah, it's not you because I haven't gotten one in.
The word that they said was, this was the first run. They're all done, and I guess they're gauging interest in a second run. That's
so Dave,
sort of what they said.
Do you guys all have yours? Dave, you have one?
I have 6.
Did all of you 4 get one?
I got one. I got the very first batch. I got mine.
Brian, you don't like this one, right? Yeah,
I don't care for it.
You're not a fan of it.
Not a fan.
Okay. Anyone can build a freaking tricorder that plays every episode. These are special.
Yeah.
I'll take Brian's. All right. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get one. Or I want to resist the temptation to buy one on eBay on the second.
I wouldn't yet.
I think you'll have a chance to get them. I don't think
so.
that they're not. I mean, they never said they were limiting them, so I'm pretty sure you'll get a shot at one.
They always said there will be plenty, so they're not going to turn off the machine that makes them until they have to cut them in half price. Then they'll turn off the machine.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's.
There was a guy. Who was it? Someone was looking to trade a phaser for one. Like that's not a good trade.
No. The phasers are so expensive right now.
Phasers are through the roof.
Yeah. Even communicators are through.
Yeah. Well, now that the tricorder is finally available, people want to get
the landing party.
Whole landing party set. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my random. Who's next?
Me. So Superman, the new Superman, actually came out on digital this past Friday.
Did it really?
Yeah. Digital, not hard copy.
It's $25.
So you can rent it from home is what that means.
That's probably good enough for me if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Did you but you saw it in the theaters though.
I did, but I want to see it again desperately.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So James Gunn had said he wanted people to see it before the second season of Peacemaker came out, which, I mean, I don't know unless Superman's in Peacemaker, which would be really cool.
So what I have heard, I've read from a couple sources. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. You remember what we saw at the end of Peacemaker? Okay. The Justice League showed up. Okay. Supposedly they're retconning that scene, and it's going to be the Justice Gang and Superman showing up.
So what are they going to just?
So someone said they've actually seen film that includes the Justice Gang, and then they had Supergirl and Superman in the background, the way Wonder Woman and
I hardly remember that. So if you go to the previously in the beginning, it'll be them. That would be funny.
I suspect it's going to be, they're going to do some kind of like multiversal blending thing where like he's the only one that remembers it or something the other way. But
I trust James Gunn to do the right thing.
Oh, he will. But he needs Peacemaker to be in the same universe with these characters, because we saw Peacemaker.
We know he's in the universe.
Based on Dave's shirt. Already in.
But we also saw in the previews 2 Peacemakers fighting. So there is a scene in the previews with two Peacemakers, or anyways, John Cena getting beat up by a Peacemaker. So we'll see.
That's interesting.
Beat up by Jason Momoa as another.
He's gonna do something with it, and I think it's going to be clever, no matter what he does. And again, it's this is not as rigid a universe as the Marvel stuff, so he can play with it.
No, and when he's the one directing the movie and he's got everybody on set, it's pretty easy to say, "Hey, while you're here."
I think he's not going to do some random nonsense. He's got a vision.
He's not gonna maroon his wife in a dead universe. So
no way.
Well, the Gunn universe is being reset with the Suicide Squad. Is that the first one that's in canon? Is that
That's a good question.
I believe that to be the case.
They are saying that the DC universe starts with Superman.
I don't think that's in canon, Derryl, because you've got a Harley Quinn for a Batman that's not determined yet.
That's a good point. But we don't. I mean, Harley Quinn's
Well, they keep on saying Superman.
Harley Quinn is a universal constant.
So I was just reading an article on Peacemaker 2 that did say the Suicide Squad was in canon and the start of his canon. So
according to Google,
I'll find that and send it to you guys.
They're saying that the new DCU starts with Creature Commandos and Superman, and that Peacemaker Season 2 is confirmed to be in canon, and Supergirl is as well, but that anything they're saying partially canon with caveats is the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker Season 1, Blue Beetle.
Oh, Jesus.
Apparently partially canon.
Well,
so I don't know.
Well,
And
it's
they're
on
saying
digital
not
if you want to
canon
see
is
it.
elements of Suicide Squad from 2016 and Justice League. So.
You can't say partially. If it's
I know it's either
not.
canon or it's not.
But the thing is, there could be a version of that's not exactly, again, it's there could be overlapping things that I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. I put it this way. I think Rick Flag Sr. is going to continue to have a grudge about what happened to Rick Flag Jr., whether it happened in the same universe or not.
Well, he killed him. Right?
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be a reckoning over that this season. So that event, whether we're talking two parallel universes or not, I think that event is a constant. So
yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, and then the hard copies, the 4Ks and Blu-rays come out on September 23rd. So that's a pretty short run for a fairly successful movie. But
I guess they figure if you didn't run out to see it by now, then let's try to capitalize on people while it's still being talked about. Get them at home.
Yeah,
I also think like what Brian's perfect example. I've seen it twice. Todd's probably seen it 3 times or more. People do want to see it again, and the fact that it's digital, easier to see. So,
yeah.
Although more, unless you got a group, but it's funny because even Jurassic Park, the new one, is out on digital. It's been out for a couple weeks, I think, and that's just that in the theaters.
Well, and I know everybody's theaters are different around the country, but for me to go to the good theater by my house, it's like $18 a ticket. So it's not a big stretch to pay $24 and rent it at home.
No.
Well, it's funny. Was it last night? Sunday night we watched the Jurassic Park. I had Amazon credits. I only paid $11, and $11 was too much. That was just nothing. There was nothing there.
There's nothing new there. Other than
Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah,
Did anyone else see it?
Yeah,
Jurassic Park Rebirth. Or
yeah.
And other than the T-Rex Rancor, there's nothing we haven't seen before, and that didn't really.
That's just lame. I thought it was just a waste of a movie.
Well, it's really hard to say what happened in that movie that wasn't 100% predictable. I mean, you knew who was a red shirt from minute one. You knew the kids had immunity. You knew. I mean, But
that movie exists so that parents today have a Jurassic Park movie to take their kids to.
That's not even a movie you could take your kids
to. Not true.
It's
not. I'm telling you, it's not. It's scary.
Why not? What's it rated?
I don't know. PG-13.
Exactly.
Probably?
It is. Trust me, it's a movie parents are taking their kids to.
It's awful, though. That's a shame they spent the boatload of money they spent on. You got Scarlett Johansson, you got Mahershala Ali. I mean, it's a waste of those people. There was just nothing.
I agree. And again, it felt like a movie made by a committee that had seen the other movies.
Yeah,
and they've just become horror movies. That's all it is.
But they're like.
I thought it was entertaining. Patty and I both liked it. It was
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's also like. It's all the jump scares, all the things like.
But now they're inventing
anything in that movie,
fake dinosaurs.
You were surprised by.
I just looked it up. It's PG-13, which means they're taking 10-year-olds to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope those 10-year-olds are disappointed.
I would actually put it above 4 other Jurassic Parks that I thought were just terrible, worse stories, bad acting. This was fine.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I'm not defending it on its merits. I'm just saying it exists so that parents have a movie to take their kids to over the summer.
I think there's...
Yeah. And it helps bolster the money they've spent on theme park attractions.
And one decent one.
The thing that I think I appreciated most in the film was that the part of the premise and the setup was that people were bored with dinosaurs.
Yes, I love it.
Basically, after 30 years, they'd lost interest in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I don't even get where it sits in the scope of these things. Is this after Chris Pratt? Instead of Chris Pratt?
This is after this. And
it's another island, right, Todd?
It's just yet another island
of misfit dinosaurs.
They were trying to make interesting dinosaurs because people were losing interest in dinosaurs.
That's right.
But probably I think one of my favorite images from the whole thing was they're taking down a dinosaur exhibit in a museum that no one goes to anymore. That 12 people went to in the last week. And they cut the strings in the banner, and it flutters down exactly like in that last scene. It was the same when dinosaurs ruled the earth, and it was just okay. So at least they knew they were squeezing the last drop out of that sponge.
I did like that. The continuity and the and the wink and the blasé attitude that the public has. I said this is totally right on. This is how
there's a dying. Put it this way: there's a dying dinosaur blocking traffic, and people are annoyed.
Yeah,
I hate when that happens.
Yep.
Any other random?
I got one other. I thought it was worth noting since we had talked about this back when this was a hot story. Gina Carano has settled her lawsuit with Disney and seems to have won.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So this is a quote. These are a couple of quotes from the press release that Disney put out.
Refresh me, Barry. What lawsuit is this?
This was Cara Dune from The Mandalorian.
Right.
Made some very inappropriate or seemingly inappropriate tweets and got in a lot of trouble and got fired.
She was going to helm her own series, right? The
Rangers. They had set her up to be the lead in Rangers of the New Republic, and then they yanked all that. They pulled her out of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Elon Musk backed her, so he put up the money to fund her lawsuit. But these are some quotes from the press release. The Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm are pleased to announce we have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies, which means they settled. Mm-hmm. Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co-stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect the craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. And then the final line I'm going to quote here is, with this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future. So is that just something you say in a press release, or is she coming back in some way?
That's something that an attorney for her drafted that they had to release at the end of the lawsuit.
They will give her the opportunity to park cars.
They will.
They could have said that differently. They're saying look in the near future. Sounds like
edgy words.
Yeah.
There's 3 heavy words.
I thought it was interesting.
Opportunity. Future.
Okay. What do you think the odds
near
are
future,
ever seeing that character again?
That is specific.
I think that there's a possibility that they just shot some scenes to throw her into the Mandalorian and Grogu movie somewhere now. With this concluded?
I don't think you'll ever see her in that. I think that's a face-saving thing. I think she got a check to go away. So that it wasn't,
or in anything ever, anywhere again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, she was only suing initially for $75,000. That's all she was asking for. She wanted her job back, is what she really wanted. So maybe I'm not saying I think for sure we're going to see her again, but if they wanted to, they're doing reshoots on that movie right now. They could tack her in somewhere at the end of it if they wanted to.
Do not believe they want to.
Does anybody care about her?
I don't think you'll ever see her in another.
She was a popular character in that show.
I liked her character in the show. I was looking forward to the Rangers.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to put her in the Ryan Johnson trilogy.
Yes, she is starring. She's starring in the Ryan
Johnson
in one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
it's built entirely around her character.
Hey,
figured it was worth
Rangers aren't starfighter pilots. They're much, it's much less interesting kind of slice of galactic good guys.
But, yeah, she was basically a intergalactic cop.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's officially concluded.
Yeah.
You know it's not concluded? The sheer number of possible things to buy from Fanboy Collectibles.
All the awesome stuff.
There's so much stuff. Strange EX06 Strange New Worlds #1. She looks like a robot, so she's perfect to be and in a good way.
And when you say #1, you mean Una.
Una.
Yeah.
Number one in command, not just
Yes.
She calls it #1, doesn't it? That's where she gets her name.
Yeah,
I know, but it could be confusing to the listening public. So
I said Strange New Worlds. If you don't know who Strange New Worlds #1 is, you shouldn't be listening to this show.
I have already pre-ordered this. So
of course
you have.
Yep.
You have a new shelf to fill.
I have a new shelf.
There's a Howard the Duck premium format from Sideshow.
I mean, come on now, it looks awesome.
Who doesn't need that? With real feather action. No, I don't know about that. But Howard the Duck, he gets a resurgence every so often. But there's Pops and Sideshow and Hot Toys and Kotobuki and 3-0 and Hasbro and all kinds of stuff.
Two of my favorite items that I just saw in stock, they've got the Sid Funko Pop from Toy Story and Al's Toy Barn from Toy Story 2 Funko Pops. They're so cute. I might have to get those.
There's a ton of pops they had listed.
A lot of good pops. And all in stock right now. A lot of pops in stock.
Lots of stuff in stock. So check those guys out. FanboyCollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut, and tell them the Regular Joe sent you. They may be at New York Comic Con. We'll confirm that. But that is coming up sooner than you think.
That's October, right?
October, early October, I believe.
Yeah.
So check those guys out. Conventions. All right, let's do it this way. Derryl, you went to I guess it was the first, right? A new convention, a new Star Wars convention, yep. Rebel Scum Con.
It was the second year.
Oh, it was the second year.
Actually, I've been to 3 conventions in the last 3 weeks, or three shows.
Oh, geez.
In Chattanooga, it started out, there was FarleyCon, which is a convention, I guess it's been there a long time. But
Chris Farley?
It's not Chris Farley, but they do have...
Big man in a little...
But is the convention in a van down by the river?
No.
But, they just did have... No, it's not, sorry to jump in. They just had a Tommy Boy convention in Sandusky, Ohio. I just saw that on the news. Wow. Anyway, sorry.
So I wondered who went and who they had as
Was David Spade there? Like, who's the biggest star that could
too big to be
Tommy
there?
Boy convention.
So FarleyCon in Chattanooga, it's a smaller show, but they had Larry Hama from G.I. Joe, Sergeant Slaughter. They had a lot of voice actors. Small show, but it's a really good comic book show. I was actually super surprised. Didn't think I'd go and buy anything, and I spent, I just bought a ton of Silver Age issues for really, really cheap. So it's a really good show. I liked it. Then I went to Dallas, and I was a vendor at Rebel Scum Con. So this is the second year of this show. I really didn't know much about this show, but I was floored. It's an amazing show. It's put on by the guys who bought the Rebel Scum brand from Philip Weiss, who established it in conjunction with Star Wars fandom. They took it over, I guess, a couple years ago and have built out this show. They had phenomenal guests.
Where was it, Derryl? Where was the show?
So it was in Dallas. Sorry. So it's in Dallas. So it's in Dallas every year. The big stars this year that everybody was, eager to see were Katie Sackhoff. They did a whole special show with her, and the biggest guest who had the longest lines was Sam Witwer, who was the voice of Star Killer and a whole bunch of other stuff.
And Darth Maul in the animation.
Yeah, and Darth Maul in animation. He had lines, I couldn't tell you, they were hours long, and they had to cap.
Really?
Lines. So
friend of the show, by the way.
He was on the show way back.
Yeah, and there were tons of other great, great guests too. Femi Jansen, who played one of the Ayla Sakura, she was there, and the voice of Omega,
Yes.
The Bad Batch.
Michelle
Friend of the show.
Yep, she was on our show too.
She was there, and
Elias Sakura, not friend of the show.
No, we tried.
So if I wasn't manning my booth the whole time, and I had a fantastic show, I sold out of books. All the books I brought sold out. I was talking to a ton of people, had a great show. But if I had time to go get autographs, I would have wanted to get Michelle's autograph because I think Omega is pretty special.
Yeah, we met her last year at Rhode Island Comic Con. She was great.
So pretty good convention, I thought.
I saw coverage of it online, Derryl.
Yeah,
and,
there's
and
a lot of coverage.
The dealer's room and just the show itself looked enormous. It looked like a really big show.
It looked enormous. There weren't as many dealers as you might think. It was just big and it was spread out so you could walk. I mean, they could easily, I'm not complaining, you could easily fit some more dealers in there, I think. And, but they were, another shout out to the show people like Joshua, I think is one of the owners of the show, really wanted to know how the dealers were doing, if they had all their needs met. Very hands-on, unlike other shows. So I had a great time. But the magic for me at the show was, you guys know Roger Christian, right?
Yes,
sure.
The designer, along with John Barry, of the look and feel of Star Wars, the guy who who dressed the sets in that old used feeling for George. And he also created the lightsaber and the handheld blasters, the hand props they used. Well, Roger came up to me at my booth and said, "I hear you're a guy that I need to talk to." And so one of the other guys there who writes for Star Wars Insider said, "You've got to go talk to Derryl about publishing." So Roger published this book. So I got a copy of this. It's Cinema Alchemist. It's about his work in creating Star Wars and Alien and things like this. So I haven't gotten very far in this. It does have a foreword, not only from George Lucas, but our friend of the show, David West Reynolds. I guess, yeah. who was super instrumental in getting Roger to write this book. But I also didn't realize, and it's right here in the foreword, that it was David's whole idea that lightsabers had crystals inside them. And he created that for the Star Wars Insider book.
I think it was for that first
Visual Dictionary.
Visual Dictionary, yeah. I actually have that Roger Christian book too.
Yeah. So this is a great book. It's been around for a few years, but Roger wanted to talk to me about publishing in general, how I published, and I'm going to connect him with the company that published my book for a future thing that he's working on. But we talked for probably half an hour, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. David West Reynolds. We also talked about Jonathan Rinsler, and his great legacy in collecting too. So Roger, he both of those guys actually wrote forwards, and so he was very. He says he owes a lot to both David West Reynolds and Rinsler, true fans, for convincing him to write his story down, and he's very laudatory. I got the sense, so he was awesome to talk to, like a down-to-earth guy, like you would not believe, and I love him. So I've got some follow-up work to do, with him. But he came back later and gave me a copy of his DVD, Galaxy of Hope. So that was just a wonderful encounter with somebody that I don't normally encounter. Barry, you have, a lot of experience meeting with the designers. I usually don't, but that was an incredible kind of random encounter from.
That's great. I actually was very fortunate to spend an evening with Roger and a few other people a year or so ago. I got to talk to him for probably about as much time as you did, and he's awesome to talk to.
He's absolutely awesome. So I want to help him, give him, anything I can.
That's awesome. I would actually love to see that, because when I was talking with him, there was no way to get that movie at the time. So I would love to see that. We'll have to.
All right.
We'll have to share that one.
Definitely. You got it.
Awesome.
And the third show I did, it wasn't a convention, but last weekend I went to the Toy and Advertising Show in Glendale, California. It's called the All American Toy and Advertising Show. And I wasn't expecting to find much, but I bought just a bunch of cool, 60s and 70s toys. little Mark's Miniature play sets. I bought some G.I. Joes. I bought a Johnny Hero, those Weaver figures. It's just like random stuff. I'm like, good prices. It was great to go to a toy show and just find cool things for not too much money. So,
that's cool.
Overall, 3 good weeks of shows.
That's great.
Well, so it's good that this Rebel Scum is really sort of taken off as another Star Wars convention.
I think it's a fantastic convention. I like it better than ICCC in Dallas, which is the other big Star Wars convention. I think that has outgrown its space, and honestly, there's a lot of things about that show I find wanting that were really solved here at Rebel Scum Con. I recommend it as like a great Star Wars destination for people who want to go to.
I know you were at your booth most of the time, but did you get the sense that there was a good selection of like vintage toys and other things in the dealer's room? Or
I didn't think there were a lot of vintage toy dealers there, Barry, and so that's why I think I did particularly well, because there wasn't a lot of competition. I think there were maybe 3 or 4 dealers that really had a good selection of toys. There were a couple with a wider selection of vintage, cased parted figures.
Because I think that's where the ICCC show shines, right? Is that it's mostly vintage figures and play sets and toys, right?
No, not really anymore. It's become a general toy show.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought it was really a hyper focused on vintage Star Wars.
No, it maybe used to be back in the day, but now I found ICCC, and I set up there as a dealer too. I found it's more of it's like a general toy show.
Oh, that's interesting.
Still, people are looking for Star Wars there, but there's not nearly as much vintage as there used to be.
Interesting.
Cool. So
but the Rebel Scum, was that at the place where we had a G.I. Joe con? Frisco. It was in Frisco, wasn't it?
It was in Frisco. This was, let's see, the Embassy Suites Frisco. Frisco has like 4 hotels, like giant hotels right next to each other. So I'm not sure where we had it.
I don't remember either. Wherever it was, we went to
a tiki bar across the street.
It wasn't a tiki bar. It was was what's that chain? It was It was that chain that we always go have lunch at in Rhode Island.
Oh,
the Chinese place.
P.F. Chang.
Was that
P.F.
right?
Chang. We went to a P.F. Chang and had tiki drinks.
No, I thought in my head it was a tiki bar, but
this was right next to the P.F. Chang. So
that's where the G.I. Joe convention was. Anyway,
but that one tragedy, I picked a hotel. I usually stay at the Holiday Inn Express just for the points or whatever. It's pretty inexpensive,
and so you feel very capable the next day, also.
Yeah, that's right. So I picked one that was maybe half an hour away from the Embassy Suites because it was a half an hour closer to a famous tiki bar in Dallas that I wanted to go to a couple nights I was there. Tremendous tragedy. That tiki bar closed like a week before.
Oh, really?
Permanently closed.
Oh no.
And I went back and I'm like, no, what's going on? I really wanted to go here. And I read through the things that says, well, ever since COVID, we've had a struggle to keep the business really going. And so we're closing permanently. But look for us, at pop-up events around the city. And I'm like, no, I want to go now. And
Barry and I have been to a couple of tiki bars that were very lacking.
Yes.
Right? We went to one.
Well, the one in Manhattan wasn't lacking. It was just incredibly
It wasn't bad. In Omni hotels across the country, they're adding a little tiki bar for a limited thing. This one was decorated, but not like a real tiki bar. Have you ever? We're switching the topic to tiki bars. Have you ever been to the one in Grand Rapids? There's this Max something. I saw a video on it. It's got like $1 million worth of vintage tiki heads and stuff. It's an amazing tiki bar. I don't know that I'll ever be in Grand Rapids, but
well, Derryl, Dave and I went to the one in Manhattan a few weeks back, and the drinks were like $35 a piece.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, in San Diego, I'm hoping to get my tiki fix. Brian, I'm going to go to False Idol, which is where Brian and I have been before on a kind of a magic tiki evening.
Well, Dave and I also went to a tiki bar last weekend at Mohegan Sun, and they had like 4 drinks on the menu.
It wasn't a real tiki bar.
It's not a real.
I don't think I've been to a.
The
really
outside
good
of it
bar.
looked like a tiki bar, but once you went inside it,
a lot of people like the essence of tiki, or they just want to order a Mai Tai somewhere, have a feeling.
But just I like the carved idols and the real vintage 50s decoration. I've been to Trader Vic's in the 80s in Manhattan, and that's the pinnacle to me of a tiki bar. Anyway, let's go Brian, who was at a couple things very Star Trek heavy.
A really big Star Trek show and a really small Star Trek show.
Exactly. So where were you?
Star Trek Las Vegas for a week with the Treksperts.
It was a week.
Monday to Monday.
Is the biggest Star Trek convention.
That's the Super Bowl of Star Trek conventions, right?
It is, and it's huge, and it's only Star Trek. And you see Star Trek costumes you thought you'd never see. I mean, I saw Mudd's wife there.
Oh, nice.
Andrea was there. I saw an Andrea.
Oh yeah, she was there last year, or a different.
This was a different one.
Wow.
Yeah. It's Negative Universe Kirk. Couple sets of spacesuits from the movies. Amazing costumes. I was a guest liaison for the Treksperts for a number of people when I wasn't working backstage. My first one was David Gerald, because I knew David, and he showed up. He drove
to the show.
He drove friend of the show. He drove from Connecticut.
Did he really?
To Vegas.
Wow.
Was he
to
down?
LA first? He went to LA, and
does he not fly, or was it just a choice?
No, he doesn't fly.
Okay.
I didn't know he doesn't fly. He drove to Los Angeles to his old storage facility, loaded his Yukon floor to ceiling, front to back with book boxes.
I thought you were going to say tribbles.
I had to help him unload them in 108-degree heat.
Oh, yeah.
Into the show and out of the show.
Yikes.
But that was let's see who else Sam Jones got to talk to him for a while. He is the chillest man in the world.
Sam Jones, the Sam Jones of Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
He was great on our show. He is
a great guy. He was signing with Dale Arden. They were both there.
Oh,
it was nice that they expanded.
Melody Anderson, she was also a friend of the show.
Friend of the show also.
Well.
And
we're like doing well tonight.
They did a great panel. Very funny. How
does that factor into Star Trek Las Vegas, or is it just?
The Treksperts like to do a little crossover things that are very interesting. Like Space 1999, they brought Barbara Bain in.
Barbara Bain is an enemy of the show, and I'll never speak to her again.
Hey, why?
What is that?
Kidding. Kidding.
Okay.
Barbara Bain and Nick Tate came, and they did a fantastic panel on Space 1999 and talked about how much they hate Fred Freiberger, who's the same guy that wrecked the 3rd season of Star Trek, wrecked the 2nd season of Space 1999.
So it's not same guy. The show isn't just about Star Trek. It's about other.
The Treksperts. No. Well, see, so this is a creation con, so it's very star heavy. They do panels with the stars. They do autographs with the stars. They do photo ops with the stars, and it's just a machine. And the Treksperts get their own stage. So we like run a little mini convention inside of their convention, and ours is mostly production people. So it's lots of writers and producers. Joe Augusta, the casting director from original series, was there. And they do some side stuff. They did Space 1989. They did Land of the Lost with David Gerald and the 2 kids. They did Flash Gordon. I got to meet VJ Armitage, who is in Star Trek 4. He's the guy that's trying to build the solar sail. To rebuild that, he was a tennis player whose goal was to be in Star Trek and James Bond, and he did both.
Wow!
I remember him in both of those, and I remember him as a tennis player. Him and his brother, I think, were both tennis players.
He was super nice and didn't know what he was doing there. So why am I here?
Brian, I'm curious. When they deviate from Trek, do they get an audience at the shows for these panels?
Amazing audiences, yes. People who are sick of seeing Strange New Worlds panel with star number 4 love seeing Barbara Bain and Nick Tate talk about
That's
Space
great.
1999. Gosh, what else did we? John Shuck was there. He did a fantastic panel. Very funny guy. He says the one part he regrets taking was Herman Munster.
I was going to say the new Munsters.
Yes, that was the one thing he said. The one time I took a paycheck and I regretted it. I guess they did 2 seasons of that show.
Did they really? I've seen pictures. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Seen it.
God, let's see. What else did we talk about? There was a Lower Decks panel. So David Gaudreau, he was Zahn.
Yes.
So Zahn was the replacement for Spock on Phase 2 of Star Trek. When they were first bringing Star Trek back as a TV show before motion picture, he was going to replace Spock because Nimoy wasn't going to come back. So he was a Vulcan. When they booted up into a motion picture, Nimoy came back, so he got booted out. So he was Zahn in a screen test, and he's also in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the space station that gets eaten by V'ger at the beginning.
Yeah.
He's the guy inside there. Same actor, but he's not Zahn. So every year they do a live staged reading, like a radio show, in front of a live audience. Last year they did Plan 9 from Outer Space, and this year they did War of the Worlds, the radio show War of the Worlds. And instead of in the original version, they cut back and forth like a Lawrence Welk music program.
Yes.
Well, they rewrote it so they're cutting
Raymond
back and forth.
Merkello and Raymond Merkello, what was his orchestra? Anyways, but yes, go ahead.
Instead of that, they cut to Star Trek Phase 2, like an alternate universe Star Trek Phase 2. So David Gaudreau got to play Zahn for the first time ever live on stage.
Do you remember in Lower Decks when they made Zahn a verb? They're gonna Zahn me.
They're gonna Zahn me.
Yeah, people will forget that I ever existed.
But the most interesting thing was I was his handler. His wife is the casting director for All Mankind.
Oh,
interesting.
So they just finished shooting Red City or Red Star. They're shooting the space program from the Russians' point of view,
right,
in the alternate universe. So I asked her, so is Margot in that? And she goes, oh no, she didn't come to Germany. I guess they shot in Germany. She didn't come to Germany, but she did. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
you mean Ren, the actress Ren?
Yeah. So I think Margot might make an appearance in season 4 for All Mankind.
Is that? I mean, I know we're deviating. Does that pick up where the last one left off, or does it go back further?
Red City or Red Star, I forget the name of it. I think it's going to start just before the first moon landing.
Oh, okay.
So it goes all the way back.
Yeah, all the way
wow,
back.
that's ambitious. Good for them.
Yeah. That's going to be really cool.
Well, they got Apple money, so.
And Darren Dockerman.
Alternate universe in For All Mankind?
Well, in the same universe, but All Mankind is an alternate universe.
It is
the whole show is an alternate
universe. It is itself an alternate.
So not alternate from For All Mankind. It's set in the same. It's in universe with.
Yes.
Darren Dockerman, friend of the show, made a book cover for him. Said that is "I am not Zahn."
Oh, that's awesome.
Just like the "I am not Spock" book cover.
Oh, that's
really
great.
Funny. And he was signing photos of that the whole time.
I forgot he was the guy in the Epsilon.
Yes,
Epsilon
station.
9. Yeah, yep.
I have his patch.
You probably have
there.
his patch.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. And I got to see the Klingon ships that are being offered.
Oh, the Tomy.
The Tomy ones.
The Tomy Klingon ships. And
so
they have
tell us about those.
They have a green version and a gray version, and you have to look really hard to tell the difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really hard.
They are emailing me about those every single day.
They looked great. I got to say, as those ships go, they're fantastic.
And this is
really good.
TOS era. This is right.
This is TOS.
Yeah, not.
You got to have a lot of
PMP.
space. I can't imagine people would buy the Klingon if you didn't already have the Enterprise. That's just me.
Yeah.
Unless all you collect is Klingon stuff,
which is
and
possible.
There are Klingon people who only do Klingons.
I guess when Jeffries first drew them, he drew them in 2 color, gray and green. But when they went to shoot them on the show, the green was having trouble with the blue screen, so they just painted them all gray. So they offer it either way, the way it was designed or the way it was on the show.
So are they both on screen? Both versions? Are they actually
it's
screen?
just how it It's just
the gray one.
Yeah.
The gray one was the on-screen version.
It feels to me like doing that ship at all is a bit of a stretch. To do two versions of it in two different colors.
Yeah,
feels like
I totally agree.
I'm scratching my head on this.
That's
unless there were on-screen precedents for doing both of them, and then let the completist collectors kind of sort it out, right?
Yeah, I don't get the colors at all.
I could see doing the TOS version and the motion picture version, which are very different, even though the basic design is the same. But the same ship in two different off-tone colors is weird.
So if this sells, what do they do? Do they do the
Romulan
ship and then the Botany Bay?
Botany Bay.
Botany Bay. I mean, would you do it in scale? You have to do it in scale with the.
Botany Bay in scale would be tiny.
Would be this big, yeah.
But
the K9 maybe.
I might actually buy the Romulan ship.
The Romulan ship in scale is only the size of the dish of the Enterprise.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
if
that was such a. There was no detail to that ship though. They'd have to beef it up a little.
Or they could do the space station. I mean, there aren't a lot of ships. There aren't a lot of models. They could do a shuttlecraft. But
my favorite panel was Bill George and Darren Dockerman did a panel on his what's it called? His air show, sci-fi air show. If you haven't seen the sci-fi air show online, you've got to go look it up. What he's done is he's built models, taken pictures of them, and then put them in rendering so they look like they're at a real air show.
Oh, really?
With ramps going up and people walking around them and people waving from the cockpit and it is an amazing looking air show. And they started the first 10 minutes pretending it was a real air show, and about how the studios didn't want to store the ships, so they these guys took them over and they go to locations and show them. He had an Eagle and the ship from Land of the Giants. He's got.
It's the first thing I thought of when I saw the aircraft carrier at TerrificCon.
Wonderfest.
Wonderfest.
The sci-fi air show. Right. So so they're all fantastic models, and he doesn't 3D render anything. It's all built models.
Bill George is a genius model maker.
He is a genius.
It's amazing.
He's so prolific. It's ridiculous.
A guy retires from ILM and then just does all that kind of stuff.
And he
for
did
fun,
all these ships
awesome.
while he was still working at ILM.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's only retired a year.
Oh, that's true.
So what was great about it was they had 10 minutes of pretending and then a half hour. This is how I did it, and then people came up and asked questions and still thought it was real.
Yeah. Really?
They were where did you get the metal to build a TIE fighter body? It's like, it's not metal, it's plastic, and it's this big.
Oh, that's funny.
It was amazing. It was amazing, and he showed a video at the end, which I hopefully he's going to release online soon. He's going to start a series of behind the scenes at ILM, where he talked about how he designed the Klingon Bird of Prey for the movies.
Oh, wow.
And it's all about his initial design, where his influences were, and then how they built it and shot it for the film.
That's cool.
Really, really good. So that was in a nutshell, that was Star Trek Las Vegas.
I have a question for you for Star Trek Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time, if any, you had to walk around and look at other dealers or whatever, but there's a company that I saw online called Hero Within. They're a clothing company, and they made a Monster Maroon jacket that they were selling.
I think I saw that. It wasn't that expensive either, right?
Well, I went. If you go to their website now, it says it's sold out. Everything on their website says it's sold out, which I don't understand how that's possible. But it was
it's possible when the lawyers get in touch with you and say,
"No, they're licensed. They're licensed."
I dropped for a second there, Barry. What were you asking me?
So there's a company called Hero Within that had a Wrath of Khan field jacket that they debuted at the show.
Oh yeah, right. Yes.
I thought he was going to get one.
I thought he was reaching over to get one too.
Me too.
But it looks really cool. Like it's sort of that balance between something you could actually wear and the big bulky jacket from. So okay, I was just wondering if you got a chance to see it.
Because this was going to be my what's in the box, but this is the Wrath of Cardigan.
The Wrath of Cardigan.
Wrath of Cardigan. It's a cardigan sweater, just like the.
Oh my God,
Planning
that's
party
great.
jacket.
Now,
It's
who
really
makes
awesome.
that? I wonder if it's the same company.
I don't remember the name of the company, but I think if you were to Google Wrath of Cardigan with a K, they will.
So I just
might
texted you
find it.
guys a picture of this jacket that they were selling.
Let me see. Is this the $3,500 one?
There's no price on the website because it just says
I thought
sold
there
out.
was one that was like a couple $100. Yeah, I saw that picture. It doesn't look great.
Well, that's why I was curious if you saw it in person because it looked interesting. But if you go to their
This is
website,
not the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about is a pretty much perfect copy. And it's
Okay.
That's
$35
probably that
$3,500.
Starbase something number who makes them. That's where like the high end one that people get is Starbase or Starfleet.
yeah, this one's not really a
Something-
cosplay one. This is more of something that you could wear as a jacket, but also kind of looks like the away jacket from Wrath of Khan.
Right, and they had a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all kinds of uniforms that look like uniforms, but you supposedly can wear them every day around.
Yeah.
But I didn't see this one specifically.
If you don't mind getting stuffed in a locker.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Barry,
right.
Barry, you remember in Dallas like 8 years ago when you kept me from buying the Wolverine X-Men
Oh,
jacket?
Todd, I wasn't going to buy it for me. I was actually thinking this would be perfect for you.
Okay.
Maybe as a
Okay.
Christmas gift. I don't
I'm just
know.
saying. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Wait, let me ask you another question. Another vendor I saw. Did you see Luna replicas there? They make NASA
Yes.
jackets and stuff. I was wondering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know the guy. I got his phone number. He was at Trekonderoga too. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. And that, you know
Interesting.
my blue Apollo jacket that I wear around?
I don't know if I've seen
Remember the
it.
blue Apollo jacket I have?
I know that.
Yeah,
I
I've
know
seen
they
it.
make a blue one and a gold one.
Yeah, I have a blue one from the previous company, but they also make the blue one.
Yeah.
I picked one up 2 days ago. It's very nice. If you want a blue or if you want an astronaut jacket, go buy one from them.
From
It's
Luna.
nice.
Yeah, I think they make that flashlight. I have the Apollo era flashlight that they
Yeah.
make.
Yeah, they make a bunch of hats too. You know, the hats they wore on the ships. I'm forgetting the name of the ship now.
The Hornet.
Hornet Plus 3 hat and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. They make those. And they also do a bunch of racing jackets too. But yeah, their space jackets are very nice.
Yeah, yeah. They're not cheap, but they are really nice.
Yeah, and they are exactly the replicas.
Yeah. All right, and then you went to Trekonderoga also. We're
I did go
doing
to
a marathon
Trekonderoga.
session of conventions here.
Trekonderoga was fun. It's much smaller. It's a few hundred people. At this one because Shatner wasn't there, so it's not 1,500 people. 1,500 people at Shatner. It's smaller. They had Alan Shimmerman, Terry Farrell, Nana Visitor, and Kate Mulgrew, who was fantastic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They had her do a tour. She'd never been on the set, so they called it the Admiral's Inspection.
Yeah.
And she walked through the sets and talked about how interesting these sets were, how different they were from her sets on Voyager, and this is how we did our set on Voyager. This is how they do it here. And she was fascinated by the sets, and she was a great tour to walk around with. And her on-stage Q&A was also fantastic. She's quite a force.
I met her years ago at a New York convention, and she was great.
I stumbled it just by chance, sitting backstage. Armin Shimmerman came back, waiting for the go. He had a half hour to kill before his car took him to the plane, so we just chatted. And he was really interesting talking about Quark and how he got the part. He was the first Ferengi, but he also had to audition for Quark as well. And putting on the makeup every day and going on, because I asked him, so are you Quark the whole time on stage, or are you Armin when you're not acting? And he says, I'm Armin, but it takes people a long time to get around past the makeup to talk to Armin.
Mm-hmm.
People walk up and want to talk to Quark.
Yeah.
Even the casting crew took them a long time to get the idea that it was still Armin in there. This is a really interesting guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I met him last year. He was at that Long Island Star Trek convention, and we got to talk to him for a little bit. He was cool to talk to.
He is he still doesn't understand what's the big deal. I'm an actor. And he sees other people. He says, he sees Kate and Terry, and like those are big those are big, Star Trek stars. I understand why they're stars. I don't understand why people are that interested in me. So he's still very kind of a quiet and shy guy.
Interesting.
Dave Harvey, our 3D friend, did a panel on Viewmaster with a Viewmaster projector. which I'd never seen before, from
wow.
like the 60s. And you put on.
I have one.
You have one.
Yeah.
I have a 3D. I had the brown one. Yeah,
the brown one with the 2 lenses. And it's
no, mine is 1 lens.
So most of them, Dave, are 1 lenses, but some, and Dave has this, it has 2 lenses, so it projects, and you look at it through glasses, right, Brian?
Yep. You put on polarized
I don't know what it
glasses
looks like when you do
it 3D.
through the 1 lens. I got to break it out. It's
just 1D through a 1D.
1D. It's just a line.
It'd be cool to see our pictures in.
It's just 2D.
So did any of our pictures make it to the presentation?
Oh yeah, he did.
Seriously?
All 3 of our reels. Yes.
Oh,
wow,
nice.
went nuts. They loved it. Yeah.
I didn't remember signing off on that. Does anyone remember signing off on that?
I haven't seen the royalty check yet either.
Yeah. What? Did he have glasses for everybody?
Yeah. He had the paper glasses with the polarized and the lenses. Yeah, so he had glasses for everybody.
Did they look cool? Did it look good with the glasses?
It looked good. Yeah, the 3D worked very well.
That's weird because it's not really. It's just a normal reel.
He didn't tell me he was doing that.
Yeah. And he showed the reel of the one he's producing. It's going to be out for the November Shatner.
Yeah.
Just the sets. That one's going to be out in time for that. And people were looking at that. And he's like, how much? He's like, I think I'm going to charge for $30. People were like, oh God, I'll buy 2. It's like, so maybe we should charge more than $30 for it because everyone loved the sets.
They come with a viewer too.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That is awesome.
So he showed all 3 reels.
All 3 reels of us. Yeah,
of the adventure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did we talk about that on the show at all? I don't even remember.
I don't know if we
did.
I don't think
just give the quick history on that.
Derryl, why don't you handle that?
So how careful do I go here? So when we were at Trekonderoga earlier in the year, we were able to kind of access it with our friend David Harvey, who took 3D pictures of it, and we were all in costume.
Uniform. Thank you.
Uniform. Sorry, we were in uniform, and so Dave took pictures of us, posing in different areas on the different rooms of the sets, and they were improvised and pretty magical. Like, to take advantage of 3D and the ViewMaster format, you really want to emphasize the depth of your subjects. So you don't want to just take like landscapes because you just don't get the depth in them. You want action and people in the foreground and elements in the foreground that block others. So Dave did a great job like setting up these shots. And some of the best shots since these were revealed publicly.
Let me just say, it is possible that if you were to see my computer at work, the desktop might be me throwing Dave off the upper deck in engineering.
That is the best shot. It is so full
the look
of
on
action.
Dave's face is awesome.
That's a great shot. There's also a great shot of a couple of us sitting at a console and Brian is pointing.
Yeah.
And that's a great shot.
Point. I also like
There's a fight in the hallway that was.
There's a simulated fight scene in the hallway.
The fight, but I also like everybody. The ship lurching. The lurch shot is great.
We did that in the engineering room. We said, okay, everybody tilt left and then tilt right, and then also on the bridge, right? Everybody.
There's some great shots of us just sitting on the bridge and the different stations on the bridge. It was a lot of fun.
We're in view. The ViewMaster is awesome. Yeah, really.
So it's a testament to what James has built. It's just unbelievable that you can have so much fun. And anybody who goes to Ticonderoga, bring your camera and just
they do offer photo tours too, not 3D photo tours, but they do, not yet anyway. They don't have 3D photo tours yet, but they do offer photo tours. You come in your uniform, you can go around and have really nice pictures taken of yourself on the set. He was using it to demonstrate what David Gerald is going to do for us when he writes the script, and we're going to make a story.
Yeah,
a 3D reel of hopefully a Lower Decks Tribble episode. That's our goal.
I do think that when we go to conventions, one of us should always have that with us, so that if listeners run into us at shows, we can show this to them.
That's a great idea.
So to wrap it up, so David took maybe 70 pictures or whatever, and I helped him winnow them down to the 21 best. So each ViewMaster reel has 7 pictures. So we kind of. There's no linear narrative story in it, but there's just a lot of great vignettes happening. So we picked 21 images that were all different, showcased all the different aspects. And the tube was great. The
Jeffrey's Tube, yeah.
Yeah, the Jeffrey's Tube was fantastic. So you're right, Barry. So anyway, we each have a set of these 3 reels. We should bring them to shows in case people want to see, because they're pretty amazing, and they're unique. They're
very unique. That's the word I was just going to use. Like we were kind of the guinea pigs for this, right? To see if it was viable. But
I wanted to help David really pioneer this, to show what you can do in 21 frames. That was the goal. Like, create a story, tell it, you've got 21 frames to do it. You want to go from front to, you need to have a credit screen in there too, thinking about all that. But, that was really the idea, is to help David pioneer that. And we did, by us having fun, we really helped him kind of, see what was possible in Viewmaster.
Oh, and one thing we did backstage with Darren Dockerman is we're going to make the cover of the slides of the set tour that will be available in November the same cover that was the cover for the Star Trek episode, which is the two models of the Enterprise.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
So we got we took down their Tomy model and set it up and lit it with flashlights and gels, the red and the blue, and then then Darren is compositing them together to make the cover.
Wow,
that's great.
That was a lot of fun.
Meanwhile, they picked like one of the lamest episodes to make the Viewmaster reels of. Omega Glory.
He had like every Viewmaster. He has a catalog of 100 of them, and it's random. Whatever they were shooting when they showed up with the Viewmaster camera, that was the episode that got made.
Yep.
Whether it was a Bonanza or a UFO.
Interesting.
That's I've got them all.
Yeah,
that's cool. I wouldn't have thought. For some reason in my head, I'm like, oh, they just pulled the film and made it, but they couldn't do that.
No, they went there and shot them. Yeah,
Green Hornet, Batman, it's all that.
Because there's in Omega Glory, there's angles that you don't see. There's something if you watch that, like, because I have watched it and played with the thing. There's like some different angles on
the shots that they didn't get. Yeah.
Sure, interesting.
But it requires a 3D camera to capture that. So normal.
There is a very famous frame in Bonanza where everyone has their hands in their pocket, but they have one finger sticking out in their pockets.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
They're all so irritated at this camera guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
funny 3D picture.
That's funny.
Subtle.
Cool. Well, that's plenty of Star Trek. There was no
Star Trek.
There's never enough Star Trek.
No.
So the other 3 of us went to TerrificCon in Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, which is a casino in Connecticut, but more than a casino, it's this whole complex.
It's a complex with shopping and restaurants and hotels.
And it's a big convention space, too. Yeah. This is a pretty big space. And this was its 10th year. It's been Barry and I were to this one last year, but we've been to it 2 or 3 times. I've been to it 2 times before, different incarnations.
Yeah, it was in smaller venues, and it's continued to grow over the years and get bigger.
Yeah. So Barry, Todd, and I went, but I'll let you guys dig into it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I really liked about it last year was it was much more of a traditional comic con. Like, it was comic centric. This
was what I felt. This was the most evocative of the shows I went to as a kid.
Yeah,
it was just tables of comics, and I was actually surprised there were almost no 1/6 scale action figures.
There were a handful of dealers with some Hot Toys or Sideshow.
But for the most part, but I'm saying very, very few comparatively to the other shows that we go to. And but it was cool. There were a ton of comic book creators there, and a
lot of comic writers and artists. And
I'll hit the 3 that I talked to briefly. Steve Englehart was there, who is basically, in classic Batman, he was my second favorite author, and he wrote the Dark Detective series, which included the Jokerfish and all that stuff with Marshall Rogers, and it's an awesome, just kind of epic Batman run, and in Detective, and it was the first time. I mean, after Neil Adams, they went back to being a little silly and being a little more kid centric, and this was like the first more adult second pass at being a more adult Batman, and Batman actually got laid. It was good. It was a good run, and so I talked to him about that and told him how much I appreciated that, And sure, probably that Bruce did as well. Tony Harris, who drew Starman, and which is my one of my favorite runs of comics ever. I own it in multiple form. I have it in all hardcover, and when I winnowed down my collection, I kept one short box that's the entire 80-issue run. He told me that they are doing under DC's Black Label, which is their adult, they're doing a 4-issue miniseries, which is in continuity. So at the end of Starman, Jack Knight retired. They're not taking him out of retirement. They're basically telling an untold story from within that fits within there. So I'm really, really excited for that. And it was cool getting to meet him and talk to him. The last person I spoke to was Tom King. And Tom King is kind of like this comic superstar right now. He wrote Batman. He's written a number of things. He was a best-selling author before he started writing comics. But he wrote Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is the basis for the Supergirl movie. And I really suggest to anyone, it's out in paperback. It's in a bunch of forms. I bought the hardcover from him, had him sign it. It's a great kind of fantasy adventure story. It is not a superhero story. And because a lot of it takes place, on planets where she has no powers. And it's really good. It's super enjoyable, very long, super enjoyable. And I think it's going to make a good film. So it was, like I said, really good to talk to him briefly, and I'm glad to have the book. So Barry, you talked to a lot more people than
I talked to a few. I mean, this show last year was the show where I decided I wanted to put together a run of the original Marvel Star Wars comic books. So last year I got to meet Howard Chaykin, had him sign a book for me. And that was the weekend when I was like, I need a run of Marvel Star Wars. And I've been slowly but surely putting that together. And I don't know comics like you and Derryl do, or like Dave does even. But so I went deep just saying, okay, so of the Star Wars comic books that I have, what artists and writers are going to be at the show, and maybe I'll get them to sign books. So while I was there, and this worked out that we stayed as late in the day as we did, because the lines for these guys were pretty long all day. But when Dave and I were like getting ready to leave, the lines weren't too bad. So I finally got to see Walt Simonson, got him to sign 2 books for me. Chris Claremont, who had a crazy line all day.
Oh, it's insane.
At the end of the day, when I went back, it was like 3 people. So I was able to get.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this show tends to empty out at like 5 o'clock, pretty much.
I got Bob Waycheck to sign a book. And Kerry Gamble to sign books for me. So I bought 33 more Star Wars Marvel comic books while I was there.
Wow.
I got great deal. I mean, that was one of the nice things about this show is guys had, huge long boxes full of comics and everything. Well, most of them were like half off whatever they were listed. And even some of the more expensive books that I needed, I was able to get really good deals on. So I only need 22 more and I'll be done
awesome.
with the entire run. And I got the 4 Return of the Jedi comics that aren't part of the numbered run at this show. So I'm getting close. But John Romita Jr. was there. Jim Starlin were there. Like there were a lot of big guys.
A lot of people. Really,
I didn't have a reason to talk to them, so I didn't go looking for them. But if you're there were guys that were walking around the show literally with like big wagons, pulling their long boxes, pulling their stuff, and getting book after book after book signed, and that's their thing, and that's great. I mean, and you can do it at these shows because most other than like the top people, most of the people didn't have long lines. So,
and they weren't expensive. They were $10 or $15 a signature. Some maybe less. That's a big thing. I guess thing days. It was having your comic signed.
Walt Simonson was your first book is free. Anything after that is $10.
Really,
so,
the first book is free.
He didn't need to do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing. He said, you got long lines, and Barry, you waited a long time for him before, and you couldn't get to him, but. This guy is 78 years old, and he's out there doing it. And like I said, he probably signs most of the stuff he signs for free, and it's just awesome. So,
and they'll do sketches and stuff, but big money.
Well, some of the artists had even like signs at their booth, like sketching from this time to this time, and then if you want a signature, come back between these hours. So it was again, for me, I'm not ever looking to have a big comic book collection, but I do want specific things, and for me this was a great show. I really filled in a lot of the gaps in what I was looking for, and there were a lot of comic dealers. I mean, if you're in the Northeast and you're into comics, this is a great show.
Yeah, really comic creators and comic books themselves. And then really the other thing they have is, there's celebrity guests. Haley Atwell was there, and Karen Allen, and Titus, who, if you listened to last week's show, was there. Short Round was there.
Billy Zane was there. Doug Jones was there.
It was a pretty good guest list for sure.
Yeah, Michael Colditz
not
was
just
there.
Comics, then
It's think of it like Rhode Island Comic Con, but with a lot more comic book dealers and a lot fewer celebrities. So the balance kind of goes the other way.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you get rid of the ice rink, it's the same size.
Okay.
If there's, the people, the celebrities that are on the, but
other than comics and pops, there's not a heck of a lot in the dealers.
That is one thing I was surprised about Star Trek Las Vegas. The dealers room is half the size of Rhode Island Comic Con.
That bums me out because I would like.
But that's a typical creation.
That's
thing.
a creation con for sure. Well, the original creation cons were heavy comic books, but all kinds of stuff. When I went in
right.
God,
but I remember the
70s.
Star Trek creation conventions in Manhattan back in the 80s. The dealer's room was enormous.
Oh, yeah.
I went to some in California. They were huge. Yeah.
I used to go to just the Creation Thanksgiving Con, and I went in 78, 79, and it was just a massive, massive convention. But
we just went to TerrificCon for one day, and I think it's the kind of show, it's big, but it's small enough that you can do it in a day. You don't have to go.
Especially if you stay late. That room, like I said, it empties out, and you can get all these guys. There was almost no one, celebrity or comic artist, who had a line of any size after 5 o'clock. I would say.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and Haley Atwell seemed to be their kind of headliner, and there were points in the day where she had a long line, but points where you could walk. Right up
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Did you walk right up?
We saw her.
We saw her when we were talking to Titus.
Her booth was right
next to
Titus.
Her autograph then?
We have her autograph.
We already had her
autograph.
And we actually have a photo with her already, so we didn't. But I admired her. She's lovely.
Yes, we admired her. I didn't really get anyone else's autograph. It's funny. We went with the idea, if you listen to last week's show, it'd be great to talk to Titus. It was beyond our expectations. We talked to him for an hour and a half, and he turned out to be everything, who knew he was so into everything we're into. So that was awesome.
He's one of us, but also happens to be a successful actor. That's pretty much the best way I can describe him.
Yeah. And so after that, which we did very early in the day, it was I've really accomplished a lot. I don't know what else I need out of this. So
yeah, and that's when I went comic book shopping.
Yeah. I picked up a Godzilla T-shirt. That's about all I came away from.
Well, and do you want to mention your friend, Dave, who we did?
Oh, yeah. It's funny. Friend of mine, who childhood friend, my brother's best friend, he grew up on the next street. And he and I both went to NYU together, and we worked together, and we all lived, me, and my brother all lived together in Hoboken for a couple of years. Used to run a comic book company called Chaos Comics. They owned, their big draws were Evil Ernie and Lady Death. Now, interestingly enough, when we all lived in Hoboken, this guy Brian Polito, whose company, he wrote a screenplay. He went to film school too, about Evil Ernie and Lady Death, and then tried to sell it, and then ultimately, I guess, wasn't able to turn it into a movie. But that spawned this comic book company, who was in published comics for, I think, 12-ish years, and then when the comic business sort of fell apart, it went out of business. And then a few years later, he resurrected. He actually sold off characters, kept Lady Death, which was the big draw, and formed this Chaos Coffin Comics. And then funny, everything they do is self-published, with a Kickstarter, which is an interesting model. So they'll do a Kickstarter for, this lady death story, and once they always meet their goals. So it's a completely different and much safer model than, what comics were. They started Chaos in the heyday of you could sell 1 million copies, and now you sell in the tens of thousands of copies. So anyway, it's been very successful for him. So he happened to be rarely on the East Coast, so I knew he was there and wanted to stop by. And
well, it was interesting because we went by a couple times and he was very busy at his booth, so we only got to talk to him at the very end of the show. Yeah. And even then, while we were talking to him, people were coming up to get him to sign books, and he was busy.
Horror comics, people love horror comics. They have quite a following. It's very niche, but it's quite a following. We haven't seen each other in 20 plus years.
Yeah, it was wild being a fly on the wall as you said your name and he looked at you and then it clicked in his head. He's like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever."
Yeah, we literally lived and worked together for quite a number of years. But then you step back in the realization as we're talking to each other, it's like we've known each other for 55 years. That is frightening. Frightening. But it was good to see him, and he's doing well. If you're into horror comics or hot chicks in scantily clad outfits and evil, Coffin Comics is your place to go. So,
sounds like a Tod comic book.
It's not.
No. The covers. Todd would like the covers.
I have a whole run of their original stuff that he says is worth lots of money these days. I got to dig those out. But so then, that was the show. Titus obviously was the highlight. If you listened to the last week's show, Barry and I stayed the night, and our wives joined us, and we went to dinner in Mohegan Sun and hung out and there's a lot going on at that place. They have quite the complex.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was. Todd's wife actually joined us.
Oh yes, that's right.
Karen has never been to a convention, and she actually enjoyed herself quite a bit. She went to some panels. She went to see Haley. She went to see Karen Allen, and she went to see Doug Jones. And she was particularly taken with Karen Allen and Doug Jones's panels. She thought those were terrific. And yeah, she just I was kind of worried she'd go and be bored. She just kind of amused herself and went to these things and had a really good time.
She was very, of the wives I've seen at shows, she was entertained herself, enjoyed what she was doing, and wasn't like, why am I here? Which is great.
Karen is nerdier than either of your wives. I mean, that is the reality of it. So
it's hidden by canoes and
all these other
really good shape.
So she was really excited about everybody who was there, and she was just went that right down. She said, I want to go see Short Round, and and just went off and
but she seemed to be having a blast, and she kept sort of disappearing and then rejoining with us, and she was going to panels.
We may stay here at Rhode Island at some point. So
what I did think was interesting. I watched. I didn't go to any of the panels, but they put them up on YouTube, and I watched Haley Atwell's panel. They got 2 audience questions in, and then the moderator got a note from somebody saying she's not allowed to take audience questions, so they had to stop taking audience questions.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't understand that because anybody could walk up to her table and ask her a question. So I don't know why.
Oh, because it's recorded, Barry.
I guess, but they shut down the audience questions after 2 questions.
She's not in a series or something. We've been shut down by stupid publicists. Oh,
but this is in a panel. The whole
I know
panel is half
that makes
moderated,
half
audience questions. And
was it Tom Cruise who said it? If it was him, it makes sense. I get it.
It was just, but I thought it was worth noting just because I'd never seen that before.
Huh. Yeah,
but.
And interesting, I know we sort of brushed past it. When we talked to Titus, he had someone from his management company there. And in our long experience of going to shows, especially the past 13 years, trying to meet people and record, we've run into handlers who are like, what is this? And what? that guy Mike couldn't be more helpful.
Oh, he was absolutely terrific
and supportive, and like, oh, I got a place for you. Here's backstage, and let me get you some chairs, and just it was awesome.
He was amazing, and he even followed up with me the next day via text just to say, "Hey, great meeting you guys. I'm glad it all went well, and let me know when the show's going up."
And they were both great, and
yeah, because there's there's nothing to hide. Like, he's a very regular dude. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos with Titus, and he's very open, talks about everything he's got going on.
Well, and he talked to us about the stuff that we talked about, and go listen to that episode if you haven't listened yet. But I've watched 2 or 3 other interviews with him. Every interview, it's like peeling an onion with this guy.
He's
Every
got a
interview,
lot of stuff going on.
He's different. He's got a lot that he's done. I didn't watch the video yet, but I saw a headline of a video that he sang with John Lennon at some point.
Yeah, I saw that video too.
Yeah.
He's got a million stories.
Super impressive guy.
He used to make drinks for Frank Sinatra.
I like I said, I really enjoyed listening to audiobooks that he reads because of the voices, and he does a different voice for every character the way the really good readers do, and yeah, it's terrific. It's great to listen to.
And I have friends that don't listen to our show that listen to that episode, and my wife actually listened to it today on her way home from work, and she thought it was a great interview.
It was great. It was terrific. So
it was great, definitely. Well, so that was a lot of conventions.
A lot of conventions, yes.
Yeah.
So good. It's always fun.
So Dave, what's going on in Dave's workshop?
Oh, Dave Workshop. What's going on? I think I mentioned I still haven't finished. I'm still working through a couple things, so I can't really mention the specifics, but I am working on something from E.T. I'm working on something from one of the Thor movies. I've been talking to someone about some Handmaid's Tale stuff, so there's lots going on. So I am constantly busy with all that, so it's good. So if you need a display or plaque for your props, replica props, collectibles, check us out from davesworkshop.com. Tell them the Regular Joe sent you. Tell me the Regular Joe sent you to me.
Right. And so Barry and I can get our cut.
That's right.
I did have someone who listens to the show reach out, so thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Let's go what's in the box.
Show you with the box. Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Regular Joe's What's in the Box.
Derryl, what do you got?
So I'm picking this up tomorrow, but it is definitely in a box. I think on a prior show, I told you guys about me getting the Disney release of the Star Speeder 3000, which is scaled to 3 3/4 Star Wars figures. This was a limited edition ship from D23 last year, and it's become insanely valuable on the secondary market. So I was very lucky to get one of those. My buddy John Balin, who works at Disneyland, was able to get one. Tomorrow, I'm picking up the Star Speeder 1000, which is the paint and it's the version 1 of the Star Speeder. It's the red color, kind of that red rust color of the Star Speeder, but it's the same vehicle, just with a different. I think it has a different ride. The one of the magic things about this ship is it's got an LCD screen at the front of it, so it fits like 35 action figures in it. But at the front is an LCD screen that plays the Star Tours ride.
That's wild.
So I didn't realize it was a different ride video.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Barry. I don't know if it's a different ride video. I really haven't paid too much attention to the marketing. I just knew I had to have it since it's a very
I knew they were doing the red version, and I was thinking that might be my opportunity to get one.
This thing came out, and I never heard about it. How did I never hear about it?
Well,
it's amazing.
It's sold out instantly in a partial run that they put on Disney.com.
Yeah, it was at D23.
I thought I posted a thing on our feed when we first saw it.
Yeah, it was at D23, and then it was for a split second. It was on DisneyShop.com.
Yeah.
The first one, yes, I tried to get on and missed it.
This
is
one,
the second one.
This one I'm baffled because I didn't get any notice on the marketing. I heard about it it was a press release for May the 4th from Disney Shop.com or Disney Parks. Or
I've seen pictures that people have been posting this week of it on the shelves at Disney.
Yep. And so it's on the shelves.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
So you can grab it there. So I'm picking mine up tomorrow from John. So big thanks to John Balin. I'm very grateful for getting me now both versions of this.
That's awesome.
It'll be a fun pickup tomorrow. So that's what's in the box for me.
Cool. Brian.
Well, I showed my first thing, or one of the things was my Wrath of cardigan, which you need to wear at Star Trek Las Vegas because the place is over air conditioned like crazy. I think they sold a lot of these just to warm people up.
It's Vegas. Yep.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. So it's a nice cardigan sweater as well as looking like Wrath of Khan. And then Dave and I both got.
We did. Well, you got
iMud. If I can open the box.
Oh, very cool.
Blowing out the camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are great. And I love how they made the
really
box have the lights so that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you can't even turn it off. It's a magnetic switch.
Yeah.
So tell the audience what those are. Since
those are the necklaces from the iMud episode. They're numbered necklace that the androids wore.
It's number 1, which is Norman, and number 500, which is Mud's wife.
Yeah.
And those are Factory Entertainment.
Factory Entertainment.
Right.
They're available now. I mean, I got to say, I made some of these. I think mine are better, but the thing is, once you take them out of the box, they don't glow and they're clear. The real ones were not clear. The real ones were sort of more opaque.
Yeah.
But they got the chain right. I think these are scaled. The chain is scaled down.
The chain is really small. Yeah.
Because
it's not long enough, is
it? They still made it. What?
It doesn't look like it's long enough.
Well, I'll put it on and let's see. It probably is the right length. I can't. Ow. No, this is tight.
It definitely
it seems a little tight. Yeah.
I have a size 22 neck, so that's
on a thin 60s model neck. It might be
maybe, but it's definitely not made to wear.
They're made to stay in the case. Let's face it. Yeah,
they're okay.
They display really well with the lights behind them.
Yeah, they display really well.
500 is a little off too. You could see.
Oh,
okay.
But it's cool. It's cool that they're going deep on this stuff. We were talking before they made the pen from Gary Seven's pen from Assignment Earth too. So they're going deep into some of this stuff
and reasonably priced.
$100.
$100 for this box, and the pen is the same. Versus their $800 phaser.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it was at the Star Trek show, they announced that they're doing a TOS phaser, but they didn't announce the price.
They had the TOS phaser there. It looks just like the Wand phaser. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, but the Wand Company phaser, when it came out, was $150.
Right.
Yes.
This won't be.
Did they announce when
and it was a TV remote? So there.
Exactly. If anyone... Yeah. Is there anyone on the planet who actually figured out how to use it as a TV remote? But did they say when it's coming out?
No.
That's good. Because
they just said that they're doing it.
If you're selling your Wand Company phasers, sell them, because once those come out, they're going to be worth much less.
I don't know. I think those phasers, the new ones could be $800, in which case...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The new thing they premiered at this show was the blaster from the Captain Video episode of Voyager.
Oh yeah, you said
Voyager.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They've been selling those on the RPF for about 10 years. So I'm not sure how many people are actually going to want to get those.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were made by HMS, and they were selling castings over for years.
Really? That's funny. All right, Todd, what's in the box?
Okay, so I bought another X06 thing. This is Picard's chair from First Contact. I'm going to take him out of it. I got a good deal on this. I bought this from a guy on eBay from Canada, free shipping. It was about 25% off retail, and these are
25% off.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. I mean, the console's, you can plug in a USB cable in the back, and the buttons light up. I did that once. I'll never do it again, just because it's one of those things you do once and never do again. Yeah. Cool thing with this is I had to actually read the instructions to figure this out. The seat cushion came with 2 seat cushions. And I was like, why does it come with 2 seat cushions? And one has an ass imprint in it. And
so
the
one
other
season
doesn't.
one season 7.
You can display the chair as the chair, and it's, the cushion is all the way up. And then you display it, but when you put Picard in it with it all the way up, he doesn't quite sit right. And he sits perfectly with his molded ass imprint in the bottom of the thing. So I'm actually really impressed with this. It's the fabric of the cushion parts feels like kind of like a microfibery thing. It's really well done. It's not inexpensive. And they did another one from the next gen chair, which I don't like as much as this. This is kind of cool. And he looks very commanding sitting in a chair. He's got a very pensive look on his face, and this kind of looks like he's looking at Borg ships coming. So
if you follow the owner of that company on Facebook, he posts a lot of pictures of stuff that you don't know if you'll ever see or not. But he posted the other day TOS bridge stations and chairs.
Yeah, they've been posting those for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in my case, I've got my TNG era figures above my TOS era figures. So I put the captains in the chair in the middle, and it's actually very, very cool. Seeing Kirk in the chair, sitting below Picard in the chair.
I built a Mego scale bridge for an animated film I made way back in high school. I can't imagine the size of a 1/6 scale bridge.
Yeah.
We knew a guy who built one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot Regular Joe's episode.
Is that in the magazine? Is that in the book?
That's in the book.
Do you have our Regular Joe's book?
I'm sure I do, but I don't know if I can put my hands on it.
This guy built this amazing
bridge,
awesome.
really?
Yeah. 1/6 scale, and it was the full thing.
It was the full thing. It was huge.
Wow. Great.
Which he no longer has.
He mentioned that years ago. Yeah. A guy named Dan DiBiase who.
It was amazing.
We shot an episode. It was at Toylanta.
Jolanta.
I think a Kirk chair and a Uhura and a Spock station could be a killer display.
Yeah.
Well, they showed. I mean, they've already done the Kirk chair. That's right there. But they showed the navigation console and the chairs for that.
Oh boy!
Great.
See, I would think the navigation console and the Spock station, and you said, and the Uhura station would be enough. I think that would be.
That's all there really is.
That's all you need. Yeah.
No, well, there's a bunch of empty.
And the door. You kind of need the door.
Turbo lift, Scotty station.
Because to do the door, you then need the depth, and I think you don't really need. I think you could do the other thing, but again,
the bathroom that's next to the view screen in the
technical manual. Which or head. I remember reading that as a kid, and I think that was the first place I've ever seen that term for bathroom. It was like I had
the head,
but crew head. I was like, what is that?
That's Kirk's special place.
Okay, and with that note,
Barry,
that's where Yeoman Rand hangs out, waiting for Captain Kirk. Okay. I have a Hot Toys figure, and it's been a while since I got one, and I know you guys always tease me when I do this, but I ordered this figure 645 days before I got it. So I do keep track now when I order it and how long it takes to get it, but I got to be honest with you, I think this was honestly worth the wait. This is the Dial of Destiny Indiana Jones. And I think it's the first time they've ever gotten Harrison Ford's likeness right. I realize it's the old Indy, but holy crap, this figure is like unbelievable. The tailoring on the uniform, the head sculpt is just really great. I got the deluxe version, which isn't what I necessarily would have wanted, but it's the one I got. It's got a massive display base that unfortunately I probably will never use, but it is beautiful. He's got, and I've never seen this on a Hot Toys figure before. He's got real laces on the boots, laced up. He comes with a ton of great accessories. He's got this great backpack with tools and ropes, and he's got a dial of destiny. He's got a working flashlight. I didn't put batteries in it, but if you put batteries in it, it works.
Wow.
It's great, but this I've got a bunch of figures that have the moving eyes. I've honestly never touched them. I set the eyes on this one, and I mean it literally looks like a real person standing on the desk. It's kind of blows me away how good this figure is.
Is he really sort of gruff and yelling at you?
He is kinda, yeah, but I mean, it's just so well done.
It looks very pasty, and maybe that's just the camera.
I think the camera's washing it out, and the lights. It's not pasty at all.
Is the hat part of the head?
The hat's part of the head. It doesn't come off.
That's the best way to do it.
He's got the necktie that I didn't put on, but he wore that through the whole movie.
Does he have the pajama outfit?
He doesn't have the pajama outfit, but he's got your usual assortment of hands. It's just a really great figure. So
that's awesome.
And the jacket and the tailoring on the jacket is fantastic. So worth the wait.
That's awesome. I wouldn't have thought even Dial of Destiny was 2 years ago. I guess it.
Well, they put did they put it up for pre-order before the movie came out?
A little bit before, yeah.
I just don't even remember. But you know how time flies post COVID. You just don't know.
But it is amazing to think that you place an order for something and it takes 2 years to get it. But it was worth it.
Cool. All right, that was a boatload of stuff. So good convention coverage. Always good to catch up. Like we said before the show, we should just do this for 3 hours and not even record because we have so much to catch up on. But
I know
we don't want to deprive the listening public of any of that stuff. So get out to a convention. There's still plenty. Labor Day.
There's so many now. Everywhere.
So many.
There's one in a city near you. I promise.
The fan expos. They've done
GalaxyCon
Boston. There's
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, I think Chicago, they just had a Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen.
He was in Boston too. And there may be at Canada. I don't know if they're all over, but go check them out. Those seem like good shows too. We haven't been to any of them, I don't think. But there's lots to do out there. So get out and meet some people, say hi to friends, make friends, do all that stuff. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.